Hey everyone, it's Jayme from Fitness Business Consulting. Myself, Mitch, have travelled down to Annan Grove in Sydney for Punch Love Fitness. I'm here with Karina. How are you, Karina?
I am very well, thank you.
And Karina, introduce everyone. We've got Beck, who is in charge of...
Beck is our beautiful operations manager who is looking after our new members. We have Britt, who is our nutritionist, who looks after our weight loss one-on-one clients. We have Vanessa, who is our personal training coordinator extraordinaire. And we have Kendall, who is one of our rock stars, joining us as well.
Cool, awesome. And the reason we've come down today is, I think, to really help the girls onboard clients better, they need to really understand the sales process and the difference between getting someone who's cold off Facebook, who's never ever heard of Punch Love, compared to a referral or someone's best friend. So, Karina, you were just introducing me, Mitch, before to the girls.
Yes.
Who are we?
You guys are rock stars as well. So the boys have actually run gyms for 9 years, which is really, really good, because for us working with somebody, we needed you guys to understand the gym environment. So in addition to running gyms, they've also sold gyms, they've been around the traps, but then they have a side business, which, well, it's not really a side business, is it? It's a big business.
It's a big business.
Called Fitness Business Consulting, which is primarily designed around helping gyms acquire new clients. So Mitch and Jayme, for you guys, they run our social media marketing campaigns on Facebook. They also handle not only the marketing of that, but they look after all of the lead generation that comes from it. They handle phone calls.
I had to put you on a retainer, Karina.
Oh, thank you, darling.
Because we don't get a retainer. I'm kidding.
No, and they handle that full sales process. And why we wanted to talk with you gals today was also so that you can understand the depth of the process. It's a lot more complex than what I had ever thought about, and it's been amazing. Like for us across our 3 studios, since October, it's delivered 296 new members. Okay, our cost per client.
I love the fact that you know your numbers.
Oh, thank you. Our cost per client is down to, so on average, $92.29.
Yeah, so just to confirm, $90 through social media marketing results in 1 paid client. 28 days, either $199 for 2 sessions or unlimited for $299. So that CAC is unbelievably cheap, and it really is a credit to Punch Love, being such a unique brand. I walked through this gym before, I couldn't believe it. It's nothing I've seen before. It's really cool. So again, the reason why we came down today, guys, is I am going to run Karina through an actual sales call. So I'm going to sell Karina into her own program so the girls understand just how comprehensive the sales process is. And then from there, Mitch is going to take over and jump in with some of the onboarding training to convert more members into clients. But first things first, I just want to explain to you guys how we do it. So we run ads. 28-day beginner boxing program. The word beginner is magical with boxing. I don't care how friendly you girls are, people are scared to get punched in the face. So attention, ladies in Annan Grove, introducing our 28-day beginner boxing campaign. So we run 109 different ads. I'm sure if you know that, 109 different ads
didn't know that.
In 9 months. So the amount of creative testing required done by Mitch is truly amazing, because people in Annan Grove see the ad, I get sick of it, next ad, next ad, next ad, next ad, but we run the same campaign, 28-day beginner boxing. So if you look at the word beginner, like why would people come to Punch Love? Because it's friendly, it's for beginners, but people just don't know that, right? So our entire sales process is really lowering the barrier to entry to walk into this place for you guys to give them that wow factor, which they would get the second they walk through the front door, right? So we're on the ads. On the lead form, last page, it says, wait, there's one more step. If you want to be prioritized, please schedule a time below, and they book in a call with one of our 11 Australian sales reps. Then I book in a call, we call, text, email, follow up. People coming through Facebook, it takes about 10 to 15 contacts to get them to pick up the phone. So again, like these people, like Mitch,
imagine us doing that.
Yeah, so we generated 1,400 leads for Punch Love, so it's about 14,000 phone calls. So that is the required work. The other side of that too is people that book in for the call, not all of them show up, right? So our sales teams are sitting around with people that no-show the call, sitting around with people that aren't great fits, that are, I guess, I don't like the word tire kick because I think everyone can train, but at the end of the day, there are people that just shouldn't be here, right? So it is a huge process. Once they book in a call, they get redirected to a thank you page. We call it our transfer of trust page. There's a video of Nick and Karina saying, hi, it's Karina and Nick from Punch Love Boxing. Thanks for booking a call. Myself or my teammate will call you at our chosen appointment time. Below this video is more information about our program, what your program includes, and again, because as beginners, having frequently asked questions on that page. I've had time off training, can I start? Have a few injuries, can I start? What if I don't have I've never boxed before? Is this suitable for me? So again, just completely lowering the barrier entry and to get them to book in a phone call. And ultimately the ad is designed just to spark curiosity. The ad doesn't sell anyone, it's the sales process itself. You have to imagine too, they also go to Google My Business, look at your reviews, the Instagram page, the Facebook page, the website. So it's just, like we've done a great job and I'm really proud of it, but it really is like largely responsible because of Karina, Nick, and what you guys do in here, having such an amazing brand. Because we have clients that we get no clients for. That is the truth. Like not every account is successful, and this is just the unicorn of unicorns because of what they built.
I'll just jump in. So yeah, a lot of the time.
Speak up, mate.
A lot of the time, people, if they see an ad, and you guys might be the same. If you see an ad for anything, you'll leave your details or look at it through the ad, but then you'll jump off Facebook and Instagram and go onto their website, or you'll go onto like their.
Do your own research.
Yeah. So what we feel like is happening so much with Punch Love over the last year. People have seen the ad, which is great, and then they register their interest, which is great, but then they go off site and go onto the website, or they'll just look on your Facebook and Instagram, like your organic profiles, and then that's going to validate what they see in the ad. They're like, oh, this place does look really cool, like it is what I've sort of seen in the ad, I want to find out more, I'm looking forward to this call, and potentially starting with where, like Jayme said, there's other places we work with where the whole funnel and all the whole sales system, but the ads are all the same. They jump off and they go into a website or their page, and it's just not congruent with what they've seen.
One of our first ever done for you clients, the first picture pinned on Facebook was him in a balaclava.
Oh,
It was like a
that's scary.
And it was a joke.
martial arts thing, but yeah, so it's like funny for him and his members, but people who have just come across it, they want to try something new, they see Yona wearing a balaclava, and
They say no thank you.
maybe not the place I want to start my fitness
Yeah.
journey. So yeah, like James said, kudos to the brand that Nick and Karina build and what you guys have helped maintain and continue to build such positive things.
In our background, I sold for a high ticket company. They sold over 15,000 clients in 5 years. It was a 26 weeks online weight loss coaching program for 3,680. That was over the phone in half an hour. So that's what I sold before I started doing FBC. And all of our sales reps have come from the high ticket world, selling extremely expensive products for weight loss, typically business coaching or even like relationship coaching. I'm sure you see the ads, right? So all our reps came from that, and that is where this thing came from. It is very, very closely molded off what they've written, and I've molded it to Punch Love Boxing exactly. So what we're gonna do is, Karina, pretend you want to lose 10 kilos and pretend like you're not training, and you have just booked in a call for one of our 28-day beginner boxing programs, and I'm going to tell Karina and just really run you through the importance of the script, the questions that we ask, why we ask the questions, and then how that can also apply to you selling nutrition, because they don't care about the macros, they don't, right? And how you can sell PT, because like, I guess the perceived likelihood of achievement is they are gonna get better results one-on-one. Cool, okay, so Karina, hi, is that Karina?
Yeah, it is. Hi.
Cool, it's just Jayme from Punch Love Boxing, how are you?
I'm good, thanks, Jayme.
Awesome, just wanted to check, is now a good time for a chat still?
Yep, perfect.
Cool, so always asking the onboarding process or your process, it's now a good time for a chat. They're driving, walking, distracted, you will not close them. I've tried to sell over into a car, very difficult, okay? So Karina, I can see you booked in some time today to chat about our 28-day challenge. What sparked your interest?
Look, I think I need to do something. I'm really caught up with work and I run my own business.
When you say do something, what do you mean by that?
I need to get moving. I sit on my bum at a desk all day, and I haven't trained in a long, long time. I've put on a lot of weight and feeling really uncomfortable and need to, I don't know. I don't know what the answer is, but just need to, I don't know.
Thanks for sharing. I'd just love to I guess, if we can take a few steps back so I can find out exactly where you are now compared to where you want to be. Is that okay?
Yep.
Cool, awesome. So a few things there. What sparked your interest? So I'm reminding Karina, hey, you fucking booked in with me. Like, it's on my time, right? Yeah, you booked in with me. You've already signed up and paid. Yeah, but like what sparked your interest? Like what? I pause. What sparked your interest? Upwardsly inflects to curious. I'm curious. Why are you here? And if someone books in for nutrition coaching, like what kind of sparked your interest? And they'll tell them, oh, I've got like a wedding upcoming and I've been training at Punch Love and I love the sessions, but I haven't been losing weight. So by saying what sparked your interest, you take the frame back. In life, it's important you have the frame. You are the authority, you are the expert, you booked in with me. Like, let's not forget that. Because occasionally, I'm sure, Beck, you get it, where like they've just signed up, they paid, and they're still a bit ice cold. Oh, hang on, like, wait a second.
Yep.
Like, why'd you pay?
Yep.
Right? So just remind them of why they liked the ad and why they literally booked a call, read the thank you page, got the text, went through the timetables. Just remind them. Same thing with you, just remind them of like, well, why are you here? Super critical. Okay. Also, Karina started rambling then, so I had to tactfully interrupt. Hey, just fully understand.
You
like,
could all learn from that when I'm in a meeting, couldn't you?
Tactfully interrupt Karina and then get her back on track. So is it okay now if I ask you a few questions from where you are now compared to where you want to be? Again, I want to be in the control of the conversation. So when you're selling nutrition, when you're selling PT, the script could be applicable. You just change the question slightly. Hang on, like fully understand that you're already training, but you're not getting the results on the scales. Can we just back up a few and just ask a few questions and then go into like a discovery phase, or what I would call the situation phase of the script? So Karina, like, just what's your age?
49.
49 years young.
I know. I turned 50 in 2 weeks.
Okay, 50 in 2 weeks.
Yep.
Congratulations. Is this maybe an early birthday present?
Yeah, it is. It's a gift to me.
Awesome.
Yes, yes.
So this part of the phase, we're still trying to build connection, right? So a little bit of rapport.
Yep.
So Karina, like turning 50 in 2 weeks, you mentioned before a little bit of weight loss. Whatever they mentioned before, make sure you repeat it back before you ask the question. Because if they say, like I said, they don't like you. And they don't trust you because you weren't listening. So you mentioned weight loss before, like you're turning 50, but like to summarize, like what is your number one goal?
I'd really like to lose 10 kilos.
Okay,
Yep.
10 kilos?
Yes, yep, 10 kilos.
And how long has it been since you were like 10 kilos lighter?
A long time. Yes,
A long time?
Yeah. I'm about 110 kilos now, and actually I'd like to lose more than 10 kilos. I'd like to lose about 40
So what's the big
kilos.
scary goal?
The big scary goal, 40 kilos.
40
Let's go.
kilos.
Actually, let's go 50.
50 kilos.
Kilos. Yep, because I've lost 56. Let's go 50 kilos.
50
Yep.
kilos.
Yep, 50 kilos.
And like obviously your birthday's coming up in 2 weeks, but so we can't lose 50 before in 2 weeks. But
No.
like, how long has this been? Like, how long has this been on your mind for?
About 20 years. Since
20
I was 30. Yep.
20 years.
Yep.
It's a long time.
Yep. Yep.
And in conjunction with the weight loss goal, is there a clothing goal? Is there anything else that you're working towards, like besides the weight loss?
Do you know my body is sore?
Sore?
My body is sore. Yeah. Everything hurts, and I can't keep up with the kids. And
When you say
I
everything
need
hurts,
to-
like what in particular?
my knees hurt, my hips hurt. It just feel really uncomfortable. Yeah.
Cool.
And I'm not happy. I'm not happy in myself.
You're not happy?
No. No. No.
Can you expand on that?
I don't like the way I look in clothes.
You don't like the way you look in clothes?
No, no. Don't like the way I feel when I have to get dressed up and go out. I feel uncomfortable.
You're having a 50th birthday party?
No,
No.
no, no, no,
Okay.
no.
Well, Karina, thanks for sharing. So just a few things there. Notice what I did? I just kept repeating the last few words back. So to Chris Voss, Never Split the Difference. It's a great book. You should all read it on negotiation. If you repeat back the last few words, Karina's going to feel uncomfortable in silence, and it forces her to expand on what she just said. Like, you want to lose weight? You want to lose weight? Size 14? Energy? Sore? Can you expand on that? Can you tell me more? And ultimately what you get to is the actual goal itself. Because the majority of people that do sales, what's your goal? I want to lose weight. Cool, we can help you do that. So just get her to expand and get her to open up. And that took about 2 minutes. And as opposed to I want to lose weight, I've got Karina who wants to lose 10 kilos, 50th birthday in 2 weeks, sore knees, doesn't have energy, and wants to feel better about herself. And it's been more than 30 years. So already in 2 minutes, like the idea that she's going to say, I need to think about it or kick this can down the road is a lot less likely. Does that make sense? So like you can't sell people stuff if they don't want it. So you need to really create a gap from, as I said before, like where they are now compared to where they want to be. Does that kind of make sense? So just do not let them glaze over it. People are horrible at articulating their goals. They're scared of telling the truth. You'd be amazed at what people tell people over the phone. Because it's a stranger, it's a confident, they've booked in with an expert. You booked in with me, I'm a weight loss expert. Tell me how I can help you. And if they don't expand, you cannot help them. And you may feel like you're prying, but you're doing it for their benefit.
I think for you guys as well, like if you are doing it person, you even have like more advantage, and it's easy if you're sitting across. Like these guys are obviously our team are doing it all on your phone. So not to say we can't do it because we do, but it is easy when you are face to face with someone. So that's where like Karina was great with being forthcoming with information, but there are a lot of times where they're not as open. So they might say, oh, I just want to feel a bit better. And then if you stop there and then move on, then that's not much of a goal, just to feel a bit better. So then, as Jayme sort of alluded to, like, oh, you know, what does feel better feel like for you, what mean to you? And then you can pry a little more and then hopefully get to the root cause of why they're actually there and what their bigger goal is. But I think being face to face has a huge advantage for you guys.
Yeah, and it's actually just caring. It's genuinely being curious about the other person on the end of the phone. And like, they haven't booked in a phone call for no reason at all. They've booked in for a reason, and typically some nerves, some anxiety comes at the start of the phone call.
And they've gone through quite a detailed process before they get to the phone call.
Yeah.
So if they were going to drop out or step out at any point, they would have. So the fact that they get to that call for the team, but also for us, is showing that they actually really need help. Like, they want help solving that problem.
And if we don't close them, I like the word close, if we don't sell them into a membership on that first call, they're done. Like, there is no coming back from that. Because think about the entire process they've gone through. They've had a 20-minute chat with me or one of my team members. It's the next logical step to move forward. If they want to think about it, talk to their partner, whatever the excuse is, I'll call you tomorrow. Maybe less than 1% actually do.
Yeah, not to say we don't follow up those people that don't, but we find with the vast majority, if they don't take action on that first contact, then it's very unlikely that they will.
Yep.
So it's critical that you put your best foot forward when you have the opportunity, either on a call or in a consultation with them, because they're there, they're present, you're there, you're both ready, so doing all you can to...
Cool. So next question, this is important for you selling nutrition in particular, and you doing PT, is like, when a sales team, I review calls, this part's often undercooked and it really frustrates me. So like, great, I understand your goal, Karina, you want to lose 50 kilos. It's been a while, you've got some sore knees, but like, what have you tried previously to reach your goal? Like, have you been a member of a group gym before or anything like that?
Not really. Gyms scare me because I don't know how to use the equipment, and I don't feel comfortable walking in because there's people that are really skinny, and I don't like the way that I look. So
when you say not really, like, your entire life, have you ever been to a gym before?
Yeah, when I was in my like early 20s.
Cool. And what type of gym was that?
It was like a traditional gym with lots of weights, equipment and things like that.
Yeah, like a 24/7 gym?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But I used to be honest, just walk on the treadmill and watch Days of Our Lives while I did it.
Yeah. And did you ever work with a trainer when you were there?
No.
No. Okay. And how long were you there for?
Oh, probably like 3 months.
3 months?
Yeah.
Is there anything you liked about it?
Not really.
Okay.
No.
And since leaving the gym, like the last, say 12 months, like what have you done for any type of exercise or training?
I did Weight Watchers.
Weight Watchers.
Yes.
Okay.
So I, would count the points and try and lose weight like that, but really would just do walking and Weight Watchers.
Was Weight Watchers just nutrition, or did it come with exercise too?
No, it was just nutrition.
And how did you find that?
Yeah, look, it was good. I lost weight, but then I put it back on.
And why do you think that was?
I got comfortable and then went back to old habits. So it was that just...
And did you have the accountability at Weight Watchers?
No. Well, I used to go to like Weight Watchers meetings, but not like one-on-one. You know, you'd do a weigh-in once a week.
So you felt when you had the meetings there, that helped you stay on track, keep you accountable? Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep.
So really, really important, few things I did there. Number one is I know Weight Watchers are over $100 a week. So punch level at 75 isn't going to be an issue. So with what have you tried previously before, you are really trying to get out of them. What have they done before? And more importantly, what have they paid before for their fitness?
Yep.
It's so critical because Mitch were walking the other day. Mitch just had a Sun Derby. We're outside walking at Warners Bay and he gave me this amazing stat about Australians being the worst gamblers in the world. Something crazy. And he's
25 billion.
25, and his whole thing, and the whole point was like people have money. Like people buy, you don't buy from your own wallet. People have money. And like the idea that this is too expensive is just not true. Like it is just not true. Yes, cost of living's gone up. I have a mortgage, Mitch has a mortgage, but I'm going to the UFC on Friday. I'm flying to Perth because I want to do it. So people will always prioritize what they want to do.
Yeah.
And on our drive-in, there's some pretty big houses around. So it's one thing that we're really, really adamant with, and we shared this with Nick and Karina when we met up last time, years and years ago, I had a personal trainer that I paid twice a week. It was $70 a visit, so $140 a week. Jayme had an online coach, which he paid
$127.
$127 a week. So ever since that moment, everything else has seemed like a great deal.
Yep.
And even though we got great service, like I thought it was fantastic. But then looking at group training, like what you guys do, and it's $75 a week for unlimited, 3, 4, 5, 6 sessions a week.
Yep.
It's like,
What a deal! They can shower.
what a
Like,
bargain. I used to pay
Yeah.
2 for twice the amount. So for us on a personal level, that really just shifted things where we're like, well, and not to say everyone can afford it, but in terms of what we believe good value is that shifted it for us, because we do come across owners or people where they're like, oh, I don't want to, I don't know, people don't have much money at the moment, our pricing, we want it to be a little bit more affordable because of cost of living, and it's like, well, you're not the biggest advocate for your own brand, so what chance do other people have?
Yep.
So not to say you guys need to go run and get personal training or anything, but just having that belief that what people are getting is extraordinary value.
Yep.
And even if you just see what goes in day out here, you would, I'm sure, be the absolute biggest advocates. And if you feel like that anyone is wanting to get fit and healthy and lose weight and do whatever, then they should be here. And
Yep.
I
yeah, I would encourage you to go to other gyms in Eden Grove and realise they don't look like this.
Yep.
We know, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
We all know
Yep.
Yeah.
what we
Yep.
do here, and the value of what we do here is
Yep.
Yeah.
a lot
Cool.
more
Yeah.
comparatively around a lot of other places.
Yeah.
In the community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
one thing I will say too, if people are coming in for a 28-day beginner boxing challenge, right, and they're over the age of 40, predominantly your clients, where else can they go?
Yep.
Like they don't feel comfortable at F45 or BFT or Fitstop or Anytime
Yep.
or Karina's example. So like they're not even comparing the prices of one location to another location. It's the best part about working with beginners and over 40s. If they don't feel comfortable in other gyms and they feel comfortable in here, they're going to pay more to feel comfortable.
Yep.
And if you work with 20-year-olds, they're the worst.
Yep.
They will literally shop on like BFTs $5 cheaper than
Yep.
Fitstop because it is the same shit.
Yep.
And with the Facebook marketing that we do, like we're going out to a cold audience. So these are people that are just doom scrolling Facebook or Instagram at whatever time of the day they come across the ad. So they're not actually looking around for another gym at that point.
Yep.
Whereas people who come through organically, although they are good for other reasons, a lot of the time they're shopping around. They come and do a trial here, they do a trial here, they check out your pricing, they compare it, and then like Jayme said, they're really just looking at dollars and cents and comparing times. And for people that come through a cold audience and they're beginners, they don't even know that these other gyms exist, let alone are they researching them or looking around.
Yeah.
So that's where, from a price perspective, they're not saying like, okay, well, this is 75 and this is 60. It's just, it's effectively like this or nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure you have people that leave Punch Love Boxing, they never join anywhere else. They just stop training because this is the only place for them.
Yep.
Cool. So to clarify, connect with them, go through situation, create the gap, find out what have they tried previously, never badmouth any other option, but just kind of understand what they like, what they didn't like, and really try and get a price anchor. So if you've never had anyone do training before, pretty rare today, you have to anchor the price at the end, which I'll explain later on, because they need to understand why 75 is a good deal compared to doing one-on-one training. Okay, cool. Next section is really simple. It is like we sent you a few text messages and emails before I call. Karina, did you get a chance to look at our timetable?
Yes.
Cool. And mornings, mid-mornings, afternoons, what work better for you?
Mornings.
Cool.
Yep.
Most successful members come between 2 and 4 times a week. We find that 3 is the magic sweet spot. Is that possible?
Yep, I reckon I could do that.
Cool, perfect. Move on. So I don't want to discuss logistics on sales calls because otherwise Karina gets out her diary and she starts telling me, I've got to take my kids to dancing on Monday. and it really drags out the call. And more importantly, 50th birthday in 2 weeks, like wants to lose weight.
6
She's
sessions,
really struggling. I do not want to get her in the logistical mind frame because if she starts thinking about logistics, she has to actually think about it.
Yes.
So like you give people the reason to think about it if you give them too many options. Cool, move on. Okay, so Karina, like fantastic, fully understand. This is probably the most important part of the scripture. I'll wrap up. So this is uncovering their deepest reasons why. So people don't do stuff unless they want to have a reason why. No one wants to jump on the scales and look at a number. There is a reason why. People buy for emotional reasons, not logical reasons. I'm going to Perth for an emotional reason, not a logical reason. You shop at certain shops for an emotional reason, not a logical reason, right? We all buy with emotions and then we justify with logics after. So with these people on the phone, if they haven't made a decision for 20 years, we need to really uncover why. Okay, so Karina, we can definitely help you lose those 50 kilos, and help you get ready. Obviously not in time for your 50th birthday, but obviously get you into the gym. You can start feeling better about yourself. But a huge part of our program is keeping you accountable and motivated. And for us to do that, we need to uncover your reasons why, your deepest reasons for change. So why exactly is it so important that you achieve your goals?
I want to be happy with myself, in myself.
And happy, like within yourself, like what does that mean to you?
Feeling good, like feeling like I present well, that I can fit in clothes.
And what does presenting well mean to you?
Fitting in clothes that I would like to wear.
Cool.
Or
And what size clothes are you in now?
strong. So I'm heavy at the moment. I'm in size 20 clothes now.
Okay, and what's the dream outcome?
I would love to get in size 12 clothes.
Size 12?
Yep.
Okay. So
Yep.
feeling better, presenting well, in size 12 clothes. Besides that, is there any other reasons why?
Not really.
Not really. So
No.
those three reasons in particular.
Yep.
And how long has not feeling like you've been presenting well been impacting? Like how long has this been going on for?
A while. Yeah.
Like
a
how
few
long?
years.
A few years.
Yeah. Yeah. It just keeps getting worse.
Keeps
Yes.
getting worse?
Yeah. And it's just getting to the point where I have to do something.
We don't have to do anything.
I think I do.
But you don't have to, right? Like you've made the decision to be on the course today. Like so you could keep going down
Yep.
that other path.
I want to.
You want to?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I'll stop you there. That was fantastic. You should have all taken note of that.
Yeah. So, hang on, let me finish. So then, is this just problem impacting you, or does your partner know about this?
No, it's impacting everybody because I'm unhappy at home.
Okay.
My husband probably thinks I have horns. My children probably think that I have horns.
Yeah.
And
does your
yep.
husband know you're on the call today?
No.
No, he doesn't.
No.
Cool. And traditionally in the past, when you joined Weight Watchers, was he supportive of you doing that?
Yes. Yes.
Cool.
Yep.
Okay. Now you can butt in, but there's a few things there, right? Number one is I just got the partner signed off. So I didn't say, does your partner support you in your goals? It came up very naturally in the conversation. So at the end of the call, she's less likely to say, I need to talk to my partner.
So when he stopped and she said, I have to do something, and Jayme said, we don't have to do something. It's like the most anti-sales thing ever, because most salespeople would agree, like you do, sounds like you do have to do something, and it's kind of challenging her to say, we don't have to do something. She said, well, no, like, I want to.
Yeah.
And he said, you want to? She said, yeah, like I want to when I need to.
Best buying signal ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a few things, right? So that exact thing that Mitch had said, it prevents, I need to think about it because she has to do it and her partner supports her. And it was done with love, kindness, respect, integrity, where she told me that she has to do it. And she does. She's fucking 50 kilos overweight. Turning 50, sore knees. And I love sales and marketing, but I still love health and fitness. And I still believe that every person on earth should be in the gym training, feeling better about themselves. So that's why I love this stuff, because occasionally I had calls years ago where I couldn't get someone over the line. I thought well, what did I do wrong? Like, what did I say? What did I, I'm so passionate about health and fitness. Like, why wouldn't you start? It makes me mad thinking about it. So it's our job to treat that prospect with the respect they deserve, to walk them down the garden path, and just to help them make the best possible decision for them. And that's what sales is. It is.
Sell to the need and create the want. Is that what?
I've heard that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've heard that one,
So
but
the
yeah.
need was she wants to start training, but you created the want, which
Well,
is
yeah.
going to drive the harder.
So before, when Karina said, "Oh, it's been 30 years," people often say, "Oh, 30 years, not funny." Like it's not funny,
Yeah.
right? We always say
It's a generation.
yeah, I say 30 years. And this might be the first time that Karina's had the mirror held up in her face and she's speaking these words out loud. And when you think something out loud, it just becomes more powerful. It becomes real, right? So my first job out of high school, worked for Centrelink from 2009 to 2012 in the Family Assistance Office, childcare rebate, I can help you out. However, Mitch was like, how's your job going? I said, yeah, fuck, good, mate, love it, it's good. And about 3 years later, I said, how's your job? I said, I fucking hate this place. I hate it so much. I've never been more miserable in my life. And about a week later, I quit. So sometimes it's really hard for us to express ourselves, especially women that have been hiding behind how they truly feel, okay? Now, quite often on low ticket sales, that's enough to open someone up. However, still, we get people that are ice cold. right? So I love these next two questions. So this is called future state. So the call's pretty somber at this moment, right? Karina's just told me that she's like down to the dumps.
She's crying.
She's crying. Oh yeah, not crying, right? So yeah, cool.
I was going to say, have you had tears?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, cool. So Karina, like first things first, like I know it's not easy, like saying those words out loud. So thanks for sharing. But if you wake up tomorrow and you have lost those 50 kilos and you are feeling presentable, and even the next 2 weeks you make a ton of progress and you're proud on your 50th birthday for making this positive step today. Notice today. Like how would that impact your life?
Oh, it'd be wonderful.
Wonderful.
I could wear a bikini on a yacht.
Here you go. So quite often when you ask that question, you hear the smile through the phone, right? So like first things first, they've got a huge goal. They've just got to their deepest reasons why, and now they can picture that person that they want to become. Cool.
You now all know my goal.
Yeah, cool. So that's a really, really great question to ask. Now from there, typically we go straight into the pitch, which I'll go through in a second. However, if people really aren't opening up and you're really struggling at selling, you then take them into the cost of inaction. It was made famous by a guy called Jayme Miner, NEPQ. If you like sales, look him up. So like people are more likely to make a decision based off fear than pleasure. So the idea would be is like, you always hear the story of like, I had the heart attack and I started training. Right? Like my dad was a smoker. I was born, had asthma, stopped smoking. He was given up for years, right? So people move away from pain quickly. So that's an amazing goal, and I can see you have some really strong reasons. I can tell that future really excites you. Like how long has it been since you've been there and felt like that?
About 30 years.
30 years.
And I've never been on a yacht.
Never been on a yacht. So bringing them back to like the present, so back to reality, because otherwise overweight people that haven't trained forever, they have false optimism. I can do it on my own. And then from there, fully understand your goals and what you're running towards. Like the yacht, bikini, sounds great. The other side, Karina, is like, it's like not making a change and continuing down the path that you're on now for the next 2 weeks, 2 months, or 2 decades. Like what does that look like?
I'll turn into a Scotch finger biscuit because that's what I eat. I sit at my desk and have cups of tea and Scotch finger biscuits.
Yeah. And
That's actually how I got to 112 kilos.
And,
Yep.
and are you willing to accept that?
No.
Why not?
Because I don't want to. I want to be in a bikini on a yacht.
Okay, so that question there, like, are you willing to accept that?
Nope.
Of course, Karina doesn't want to be a Scotch finger biscuit, right? So, like, if you're selling nutrition and it's much more expensive, or you're selling PT and it's more expensive, the cost of inaction is such a powerful question, right? So, use it, but notice my tone, like what happens if you don't in the next 2 weeks? It's really slow, I'm downwardly inflecting, I'm being incredibly serious, and it's like, I'm not, what happens if you don't in 2 years? Like that question, how you ask it really matters, because if you ask it incorrectly, it lands really poorly, and if you say, are you willing to accept that poorly, they get offended. Are you willing to accept that? So just notice that a slight pause in my tone. Cool. So goal, connect, situation, timetable, why, future state, cost of inaction. And then from here we go into the pitch. Now, this is probably the most magical part of our script. It's how we present for so many different gyms. And I want to drive this home, especially for you selling nutrition and you selling PT. They're not buying the modality, they're buying the result. Okay, so Karina, based on what you said, like I do feel like our 28-day challenge may be for you. I'd love to run you through what we do, if that's okay.
Yes.
Cool. Always ask permission to pitch, because now they're listening. Cool. Cost of our 28-day challenge is $75 per week. Pause. Make sure they hear the price. The total cost is $299. Pause. Make sure they heard the cost. Right. Sometimes you hear a gasp on the phone. If you don't, it's good. And now the price is out there in the open. Now it's time to explain away the concerns. And if the price was more expensive than they thought, they got time to digest it. Because at the end of the pitch, if you don't present the price right to the last second, 300, see ya. Like, the call ends so quick.
You get some salespeople who will like talk about the program or whatever they're selling and go through it for 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 10 minutes, and then the person's like, yeah, this is great, this is great, this is great, and then you're like, and it's this much money, and they're like,
Yeah.
can't afford that, and then it's very hard to go back.
And sometimes we do such a great job building this program up, they start thinking, oh my God, what is this going to cost? And there's an elephant in the room.
Yep.
Cool. So Karina, like to ensure that our 28-day program is successful, it's based on these 3 core pillars. Pillar 1 has to be effective. Pillar 2 has to be enjoyable. Pillar 3, we have to provide you with a ton of support. So I'm going to break those down, okay? So pillar number 1, Karina, is it has to be effective. And what I mean by that is getting your butt through that front door. I mentioned before, between 2 and 4 times per week. 3 is the absolute sweet spot for some of our most successful members. If you make some small changes outside of the gym, I'm confident we can start making a dent in that weight loss goal, and you'll be feeling a little bit better by your 50th birthday. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Cool. So the effectiveness, I didn't talk about boxing or CrossFit or rowing or skiing or nutrition or macros or calories or fasting or keto. Like, people want effective results, and you can overwhelm them by going too much into your knowledge. People stop training because they don't get effective results, okay? So as simple as that sounds, it's amazingly effective. Pillar number 2 is it has to be enjoyable. And what I mean by that, Karina, is you have to enjoy what you're doing. Otherwise, it's just a matter of time before you revert back to old habits. Or just like Weight Watchers, you just stop doing it because you probably didn't enjoy it and didn't have that level of support. So at Punch Love Boxing, we make sure that all the sessions, we meet you at your current level of fitness. You have my word. We'll never make you do something that you don't feel comfortable doing. Whether you're the least fittest person in a grove or the fittest person in a grove, we can start you off from exactly where you are. Have any injuries, mentioned your knees are sore before, we can definitely work around that. We've had women in our program for years that have lost weight, that have knee injuries, that are still with us today. The enjoyment is absolutely critical, because if you enjoy what you're doing and you get effective results, that's when the magic happens. Does that make sense? My favorite pillar, because they're all shitting themselves, okay? So like, notice how simple my language is. If you enjoy what you're doing and you get effective results, that's what the magic happens. Because what I would be saying, if you come in here 3 days a week, you're in a calorie deficit, we focus on progressive overload, make sure you're adding adequate program, 2 pounds per kilo of body weight, and drink enough water, and go to bed on time and sleep, and do this for 5 years, you're probably gonna lose 50 kilos. But the most likely outcome is that you don't, because you've quit and failed before. But that's how people sell. Like they don't, I say this at nausea, and it really pisses people off that love their program. Like, I love bodybuilding, 16 years, doing the bro split. He loves CrossFit. Like, but it's just not about that, because we are the top 1% of people that love training.
And that's where some people will start getting into like the actual program. Like, yeah, well, on Mondays we come in, we do like that jab cross, and then we'll do like some more cardio stuff. Maybe we'll do like some burpees. Everyone hates burpees. You know? And then all of a sudden this person thinks, oh, shit, like, I don't know what any of that stuff is. And I can't do a burpee. And then they end up talking themselves out of it. So you keep it, the word's not vague, but you're just being direct with obviously a script and following a process, and not talking about the specifics. Like nutrition, you're not saying, okay, well, you know, we're going to get you into a 200 calorie deficit, and you know, we're going to be protein high in this. That's just too much. Or personal training, you're not saying we're going to come in and we're going to
deadlift 100 kilos.
Yeah, we're going to work up to that, and we're going to do some hamstring activation to start. Like, it's just not.
Yeah.
It's not part of it.
People that fail in nutrition because they haven't having an effective program that's enjoyable to follow. That's it. Cool. Pillar number 3, Karina, is the most important pillar of all, is to ensure that we give you a ton of support. What that looks like is a friendly high five when things are going well in the gym, and a kick up the backside when they're not. They always laugh. Yep. So to summarize, what we really want to do in this 28-day program is to build some long-lasting habits, some sustainable change, and we want this to be, for the first time ever, Karina, your new normal. Does that all kind of make sense?
It sounds good, but I'm really scared about, I haven't been in a gym for a long time.
It's okay. It's not the first time I've heard that.
Yep.
Right. So our 28-day beginner program is designed for people like you that haven't walked into a gym before. No one's running around in midriff tops. There's no mirrors on the wall. It is the friendliest gym in Annengrove.
So how will I know what to do? Like,
So you're jumping ahead here.
I'm jumping ahead.
Jumping ahead here.
Okay.
Cool.
Oh, this is where I'm going.
Yeah,
is
cool.
This,
Yep.
like, just yeah.
We
Yep.
can just handle. So
Yep.
I was going to say, does that all kind of make sense?
Yep. Yes.
Cool. And did anything like stand out or resonate with you in particular?
Is this where you want me to?
Sure.
Oh. I'm just worried that when I get there, I won't know what to do
Yeah. And what makes
Yep.
what makes you say that?
because I haven't been to a gym for so long.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, at Punch Lab Boxing, we have that initial session, which is a one-on-one technique session with the amazing Beck, who's going to walk you through everything you need to do, A to Z. In conjunction with that, we have people like yourself starting every single week that are complete beginners. We've had women in their 60s and their 70s with knee reconstructions 2 weeks before your 50th birthday. I'm so confident that we are going to be able to start you off from scratch. And if you remember, the most important thing of those 3 core pillars, number 2 is enjoyment for you to maintain this for a long period of time.
Yep.
So why I like talking about pillars 2 is whatever the objection is, you can always draw it back to enjoyment. So for example, I'm giving you this meal plan to follow. Oh, but my husband won't follow it at home. Just remember, like, it's enjoyable for you to follow with you and your husband at home. So by using the pillars, it also allows you to objection handle. Cool. So we kind of clarified that, like, regardless of your level of fitness, that you will be able to come in for that first session. Any other questions?
No, I think that's it.
Cool. And just again, do you feel like this could help you, like?
Yes. Yes.
So that's a quarter trial close. So do you feel like this could? I'm pausing, I'm waiting for her to butt in, and she did. Yes, you can do it. So as opposed to asking for her credit card, asking for money, and then objection handling, you do it before that point. So notice, did anything resonate or stand out? Most people aren't difficult like Karina. They say, this sounds amazing.
The objections normally come later, that's why Jayme.
Yeah. And then, and then do you feel like this could help you get to your goal? That's another trial close. And then again, anything else? And then at that point, they've pretty much agreed to sign up. And then from there, the next step is that we grab some more details and get you booked in for your very first session. Last trying to close, how exciting. Pause and wait for the gasp or wait for that last objection. And then from there, we already had their name, their phone number, their email, but we asked for them again because we want to create a pattern of like, hey, I asked for information, you give it to me. So when I ask for the card number, you give it to me.
Ah, very good. Yep.
Okay.
Name, email, number, address, date of birth, credit card.
Yeah.
And they just list. Yep.
Yeah. So does that kind of make sense? Like, it's probably a lot more comprehensive than you guys thought, but that's what it kind of requires to take cold traffic from Facebook, who have never heard of you, into a long-term member.
And if it seems like it's a bit, if that felt like a bit uncomfortable or anything at times, it's certainly not for them because they're not in a room of people analysing the sales script. They just think it's a conversation, which it is. So we don't close everybody, and if people get to the end and they're just reluctant, they don't have the money, they're unsure, themselves, whatever, then we gracefully move on.
Yep.
Yeah, there are logistical objections where, like, hey mate, I need to talk to my partner, you don't understand. Like, we have heard that before. There are logistic objections. I get paid on Thursday, can I pay then? No problems at all. But for the most part, like, if they make it to that phone call or they pick up the phone when we call them, that sales script is just like, you think about what Karina told me before, it's her birthday present to herself. She has to do it now. She wants to do it. So I've pre-handled everything, so I don't need to come over the top at the end and smack people around, which we used to do like 10 years ago before we knew how to sell. Because like, there are salespeople out there that will like effectively bully people on the phone.
People don't respond well to
No.
that.
So something I'm really proud of, like, we've sold.
Feel like you're selling them.
No, it shouldn't. And we sold over 5,000 people the last 12 months. And like, our biggest fear would be, imagine if we have someone on the phone, we hard sell them, they leave a Google review, it would kill me. And it would almost certainly cost us a client. So like, we have never had that happen because we just know that fine line, and it's done in the trial close because you're having a conversation until you ask for the card number, and then you're closing. So everything you say before the card number is almost fair game. After you ask for the card number, that's when you can sense the level of like anxiety go up. Cool.
And so for us, with the weight loss and the PT, because the clients are in the system, you know, it can be just confirming kind of details, but it could also be just confirming, I've got a card on file here ending in 9768, expiry that, is that the correct one?
You wouldn't
You
even
know?
need to
Card on.
just say,
Yep.
Card on file.
right to use the card on file.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, all right.
Yeah.
That is
Yep,
it.
okay, cool.
Cool.
Yep.
Take the microphone, mate. I'm sitting over there. So Mitch can go over onboarding stuff. So I guess the whole point of that was just like what we do. Like, I'm really proud of it, but like it's certainly not easy. And that's 10 years of sales experience. That's me selling really expensive stuff online. I build my team to do that process with such grace. And then I guess the next part is you get a new client, and they're in Slack.
Yeah, this isn't a role play.
Oh, okay, all right, I can